She a little bad, hit her with the bag, yeah. Put it on the tab, don't know how to act, yeah. How you like that? How you like that?
Girl, I take that hate and eat that shit for breakfast. And yeah, I like my eggs with a side of mac shit. And yeah, talk, give me up the coffee. Talk, fuel up my body. Guess I got an appetite for shit that build me up inside. I eat it all up.
Conditioning done. Whew. Actually started raining while we were out there. I didn't even know it was supposed to rain. As soon as we got out to the truck, they're like, y'all know it's supposed to rain, right? But it wasn't too bad. It was like a little bit of rain, and then it stopped pretty much towards the end of our workout. Actually reminded that pretty much at our 1 year anniversary of doing this, which is crazy. And I definitely see a lot of progress from everybody, whether they started at the beginning of when we started doing this last year, or they like hopped on somewhere in the middle. You could definitely see the progress of everybody's like stamina and speed gotten a lot quicker. Because like at the start, I was like used to doing these type of workouts anyway, so they were still challenging and stuff like that, but I was just kind of like used to doing them, whereas it was kind of like a shock to them. I remember just like, of course I'd be tired, but not like as worn down, whereas like they'll finish sprints and be like just so drained. Now they're like finishing it, and it's still like, of course it's still high intensity, it's still is a challenge, but they're getting so much better and like adjusted to it. I feel like I smell like wet dog. That's just how I imagine that I smell right now. After being out in that grass, this is so high. Being out in that grass and the rain and dirt, and just feel very not cute. But about to go home, shower, and work on these photos from the photo shoot that I did yesterday. But yeah, that is the move. So I haven't been having pre-workout for a while because I just don't feel like buying it when I have coffee that does pretty much the same exact thing. But since I've been trying to do my decaf stuff, I decided to pick up a pre-workout just to get me through my workouts pretty much, or pump me up for my workouts, I would say. I get that it completely defeats the purpose of having a decaf. Like, why not just have coffee? But I don't know. Heard it's really good. How much well, it does have sucralose. I don't know. And I'm not finna dry scoop. I am not finna dry scoop because that stuff be making me cough. I like to put like a really small amount of water in it. If this is trash, I'm gonna be mad. In my opinion, why I don't buy pre-workout is because coffee is just way cheaper. Pre-workout, this one was like, with tax and everything, was like $43, and I just don't think that's I just think that's really overly priced. Supplements in general are very overly priced when you could find natural things that do the same exact thing. That's interesting. It's good, but it has like this kick of almost like coconut in a way. Is it the beet powder? It's just something that's like, it's not bad. It's like actually it tastes really good, but it's doing something.
You got it, it ain't a question. Oh, be with me, oh, we could be honest. Closer to me, oh, giving me time. When we got it, I'm putting pressure.
So I just been pretty much editing the photos, and I just finished. I think I've been like, because I like to take my time, like I've said before, but I think I've just been so ingrained in that world that sometimes while I'm like editing, whether it's pictures or videos, I have to kind of step back from it and detach myself from it, take a break for a quick second, and then kind of touch back in with it, because sometimes I just have to get my mind off of it and just come back to it with a clear headspace, because then things just get easier and I start to get more back into a flow state, I feel like, after kind of like taking a break for a second. Sometimes I just need to step away from the work, take a quick break, take a walk, eat, watch some videos, do something like that, and then jump back into it. I will do my best quality work when I'm taking breaks in between, rather than like going so strong on it for 3+ hours. Almost like a grace period. I don't know what the word is called, but once I reach that, it only goes down from there. So I have to take a break to kind of recharge myself, and then I could start sloping back up and doing the best work that I possibly can at that moment. That's what I've been doing while letting my hair dry, because I washed it. I normally tend to just reserve wash days for after conditioning, whether that's on that Sunday or that Monday. But yeah, so I just washed it and was letting it dry in a little cotton t-shirt, and then I just took it out right now about like 2-3 minutes ago, and I have like a couple minutes until it turns into a full afro and the frizz just pops back out. So I'm about to just kind of oil my scalp. I like to use any type of oil, really. This is just the one that I've been using right now. I think I got it from like Walmart or something. And it just, I make sure that it has, what's it called? Castor oil in it, and or coconut oil. Like drop it into my scalp, and then I'll put some like leave-in conditioner. I have like a really, not really bad, but I have like an annoying headache that I've been having, and I think it's just the caffeine withdrawal headaches, which is kind of annoying, but it kind of also shows how dependent I've been on it. Just gonna have to ride it out for however long that it takes until my body kind of regulates itself to not be so used to the caffeine. Yeah, since trying out that, I've had the decaf since yesterday, so it's only been a couple of days. I didn't get a headache yesterday, but I got a headache today. We're gonna see how that works. I mean, in terms of taste, it tastes the same pretty much. If anything, it just tastes a little bit lighter, like light roast, almost a tea if I put too much creamer or sweetener or whatever. It just tastes like a lighter roast of coffee, and at least I'll still have like the feeling that I'm still maintaining a routine. I don't know, there's something about making a cup of coffee in the morning that gets me motivated for the morning. So even if I'm not getting the same like caffeine boost that I would get, even though like decaf still does have a little bit of caffeine in it, I'm not getting the same caffeine boost, but at least I'll still have that same system in place. Otherwise, I don't know what I would really do. It just wouldn't feel the same. So hey vlog, welcome back to another week in my life. But I feel like today has, oh my gosh, I forgot I didn't put my earrings back in. I should do that. Today has felt so long, but so short at the same time. I've done a lot, but I haven't done a lot at the same time. Should I do hoops? Yeah, forget it. I think I'm gonna do studs. You know when you feel like you had a crazy dream, but you can't fully remember the dream? You just know like that some stuff went down, but you can't exactly like pinpoint anything because you can't really remember. It's all like a blur. So this morning I was trying to remember like the details of my dream last night, and it pops up like randomly throughout the day where there's like almost like flashbacks in a way, where there's like bits and pieces of it when you're just randomly doing stuff like using the bathroom and you're like, oh yeah, that's what happened. So maybe it'll piece together today throughout the day. It's like I know I remembered something when I woke up, but now it's like gone. I honestly don't mind mixing silver and gold jewelry. I mean, I feel like it depends because sometimes it just looks off, but there's other times, especially on like earrings, where I just really don't mind it. I know a lot of people will be like, that is so, did I just? I feel like a lot of people will be like, that is so tacky. But I honestly, like, I really truly don't mind it. That's the look that we're going with today. Truly, all I've been doing today is, or for the past couple weeks, is just literally been doing some type of editing work in the morning and then working out, going to work, and repeating. And then on the weekends doing shoots and conditioning day, and then right back at the beginning of the week. I be feeling like these vlogs are super repetitive, but then I really don't care because that's kind of like the essence of what I've been doing. And even though everything is pretty much the same routine, there's always like little different bits and pieces here and there, and there's always something, I don't know, something to talk about, even though I really don't be talking about much. But and I'm not like super sore, but I just don't have any inch in my body that wants to work out today. I feel like that's okay because overall I'm working out a decent amount of times a week, so I don't really feel bad. But it's like, dang, I want to like have a really good workout and I want to just be able to do it every day, but I don't be feeling like doing it every day. I really don't know how to explain the taste of this. It's good. I just don't know how to explain it because of that like tropical coconutty, but then also fruity, but then like it doesn't taste too artificial, but it does have sucralose in it, and it's like sour because I like it very concentrated with only a little bit of water. I don't know how to explain it. Even it's not on me, baby. Ooh. So I ended up taking a detour to my normal like area of the trail that I walk to. Like I normally go like the same couple of routes. But today I took a little detour and just started walking and exploring more. And for a second there I was low-key scared because it was like, it said trail, but it was like leading to this sketchy area with nobody. And if this was not daytime, I would have not done this route. But I just found the opening, so now I feel better and I see civilization and cars. So yeah, just I never knew there was like a back way, and it kind of threw me off. There goes me being adventurous, but
Williams for the hype, please. I can make a brick walk. I'm a really good man. I supply the cigarettes and bread. And if you find time, OD, he hard as shit. I grew up only sure to love.
now like a natural, actual, factual.
Thoughts in my head that I should have been shook off. Late nights laying in my bed, cause I know the meal's so close.
I really did not feel like doing anything today, but I made myself get up and walk because the weather is so gloomy. It's been like off and on being super hot and sunny, and then also being super gloomy. Trying to get some steps in today, but I don't know, I just did not feel like doing it. I'm actually so glad that I ended up going on a walk, even though I didn't feel like it. It just felt really refreshing too. Oh, and then while I was, it's not funny because I was like actually concerned, but while I was on my walk, you know, just walking, doing my thing as per usual. Had a little YouTube video playing in the background, not really paying attention to it, but had it playing in the background. And I'm walking, and then this girl is like, I hear music because when I'm hiking, I'm not like blasting my stuff at full capacity, full volume, because for safety reasons, I feel like you should always be able to hear your surroundings and stuff. But yeah, so I hear her. Is that her? Oh my gosh. Okay, so I hear like some music playing, so I kind of look over, and this girl is, you know, doing her run, and then I just hear like do 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 do, and I'm like, I look over to the side, and she's like I could still see her kind of like moving and running, but like I look over to when I fully turn around, she's like hunched over, like, you know, like when you're out of breath and you're just hunched over, she's like hunched over like that. And so I'm just kind of still walking, but like looking at her to check and see like what's going on. And then I check again, and I see her like kind of holding her like shin area, lower shin ankle area, and kind of like you could tell like she's in pain, like she just rolled her ankle or something. And it's not funny, but and then so I look over, and I'm like about to go up the steps to go to the trail, because I'm like at a cross section to go up there, but like still on the street, and she's like nearby on the street but not going on the trail, slowly walking but looking back. And then she's still kind of like hunched over, and you could tell she's like and so I'm like, okay, so do I check up on her? Like, do I see if she's okay? Do I act like I didn't see anything because she might be embarrassed? Do I just like go about my day? And like ultimately I was like, no, I gotta check on her. I can't just leave her hanging, because what if she's like really like just hurt herself and can't get back home? Like, I would offer to just bring my car around and like drive her to where she needs to be, or to a hospital or anything. So I finally like fully turn around, take off my headphones, and I'm like, are you okay? Like, are you fine? Are you good? Because she looked like she was in pain. And she like looks up, and I finally see her face, and she's like, oh yeah, no, I'm good. And I'm like, are you sure? Like, are you sure? You look like you're like in pain. Like, she's like, no, I just rolled my ankle. I'm okay. And I'm like, okay. And so I'm like walking on, about to go up to the trail, and I'm still kind of looking back, and she's like kind of slowly like moving along, limping a little bit. Like, okay, she said she was fine. I asked her like 3 times to make sure. And then as I was walking off, there was like a car that was passing by, and they stopped too, because they like noticed her limping, and they asked her like if she was fine, and she waved them off like, no, I'm okay. And then she started so at that point I was like, okay, so she's already declined 2 sources of help, so she must be okay. But yeah, so after she declined the car, she kind of like started walking a little bit more regularly, kind of like struggling, limping along, but you could tell she just had to take a second to feel that, and then kind of walk it off. Like, you could tell it hurt, but she just kind of like walked it off a little bit. And then so I was like, okay, she's good, she's walking again. And so I'm like on the top of the trail by now, and I'm the worst at telling stories, but I'm on the top of the hill now, and so I kind of look over to see where she's at, to kind of still be like, I hope she's okay. And so I look over, and this girl is running again. Like, I was like, dang, she is strong. She really just shook that off. Back to her run. I'm like, go ahead, girl. But anyways, yeah, that's my little mini story time of this random portion of the vlog. It's like 4:30 right now, and I didn't have a shoot this weekend. That's why I have like more free time. This is one of my free weekends that I haven't had in a while, and it feels really good. So I'm just kind of taking the time to do whatever I want to do today and just chill. So at least I got a little walk in. I didn't just sit in my bed all day, but I thought about it. I surely did. It felt really great. Tomorrow, of course, we'll be back to conditioning, so that's always fun. Really hungry. I was out there for like an hour-ish, maybe an hour, 20 minutes or so. And yeah, I'm just about to go home and try to fix some food and then chill. I still have to fold Laundry. You guys know how I feel about laundry. So I'm not looking forward to that. Yeah, that's about it. Glad that the girl is okay. And yeah. Thanks for tuning in to another week in my life. If you stayed all the way to the end, you're a real one. And if you're not subscribed, you might as well click that subscribe button. It's free. It doesn't bite. It's not going to do anything to you. You're just going to be able to be notified whenever I post, which is weekly. So yeah, that's it for this week. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
I'ma really do the most when it's about my dreams and the schemes on how to get the cream. Shit, I ain't got it yet, but I